Joe, 100 Accrington Stanley appearances. I suspect that one slightly crept up on you. I remember when you were, I think, here for the first time, speaking to you at the training ground about signing for the club. You had a short back and sides. Things have changed.
Yeah, it's crazy really, with obviously injury history and stuff. I've been in and out, and a few appearances off the bench to start with when I first come, and now it's built up into a few games. And Luke texted me a couple of weeks back and said I was on 96 or something, which took me by surprise. So,
does it happen like that? Do you just focus on the job in hand and you don't really think about it? You've been around for a few years and you kind of top these things up.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, when you look at milestones, you probably think 50, 100, 250 probably. So it takes a while for each one of them to come. So you don't really have it in mind when you play, and it's only when someone reminds you that it comes into your head.
There's been a lot of ups and a lot of downs in 100 games worth of time here at the club. Does it feel like you've been here forever?
Yeah, it feels like I'm part of the furniture here, really. 3 and a bit seasons, I think it is, and I've loved every minute when I'm here. It's been tough, obviously, on different parts of the road, but I've enjoyed the journey, and this is where my football career's really started. So I'm proud to be here.
Does it help you deal with those ups and downs and the bumps in the road, that you do feel established and you do feel like this is somewhere that you've settled?
Yeah, definitely. I feel like I'm like an important member of the squad, whether it's on the pitch or even times when I'm off it in the change room and stuff. So all the lads here are class, and I get on really well with everyone, whether it's staff or players. So I do definitely feel like I'm happy.
I know we spoke after you scored the first goal in a long time after coming back at the start of the season against Burton, and you talked about some of the stuff that you'd been through and you'd kind of work your way through. Is that all worthwhile when you get back to doing what you love, when you're out there playing football week in, week out?
Yeah, definitely. I've had a lot of messages this week from friends and family, and it kind of like you reminisce on memories and things like that. So it's been really nice, like, to hear from people that I've not spoke to for a while and things like that. A few things pop up on social media, like every time you look. And a little mention to Ugo, who was my under-23s manager. It actually would have been his 50th birthday today, who passed away when he was at Tottenham. So, like, little things like that, and messages that pop up and things. So, yeah, it's good to hear from everyone.
Does a bit more experience and a bit more life experience, I don't want to use the word sentimental, but does it make you look at stuff like that a little bit more? Are you a bit more appreciative of those things that have gone before? Yeah,
definitely. I've thought about that the last few weeks, to be fair. Like, every setback you get, you just build strength from, regardless of whether you can see it or not. Like, I'll look at where I'm at now, and every month I can see myself being a better person, whether it's to do with football or whether it's off the pitch. And if I didn't have all of these steps, in the road that have set me back, then I probably wouldn't be who I am today. So you just have to take it on the chin, move forward, be positive, and each one will make you a better person.
With the injuries, and I suppose also with the mental health side of things, has there ever been a point where you thought, I might not be able to do this again? I might not be able to play football again?
Yeah, definitely. Still on my mind a lot now, to be honest. Every day when I wake up in the morning and you struggle to walk and you have to give yourself 5-10 minutes to warm up and things like that, you just think, like, how can my body even handle it? Like, I've been out for long periods of time. The intensity of getting back is difficult. The run of games is hard when you're playing Saturday, Tuesday, and this is probably the first time that I've got through a block of games and I'm actually physically feeling like I'm building a foundation back. And to say that now after I've been back, all this season is difficult. So it's just about keep building it, and like I said, staying positive and keep going, because if you keep moving forward, then you'll be able to do it.
I'm sure there are a lot of unsung heroes. I know before I come here to do interviews, people tweet me and say, can we get an update on this player and that player? And this season, that's a long list. Yeah. As far as the medical team are concerned,
yep.
Just how big a part do they play in your life when you're out injured?
Yeah, crazy. Like, facilities and stuff here don't help the lads out massively. But the amount of people that work hard just to help you out, tiny things. You ask someone a small question and they'll go to the end of the earth just to help you out, and a few lads have had quite big operations recently and things like that, and they're they've got the help behind them, like I had the help when I was injured as well, and as well as all of the lads behind them as well, just to get them back and get them back stronger. So,
are you able to help those players as well?
Yeah, definitely. Coming from a place where I've been injured and injured here, a lot of lads ask me questions. I've helped some of the younger boys when they've been injured as well, and just to try and keep everyone positive and know that there's light at the end of the tunnel, really.
In 2022, football-wise, we're in the sort of Instagram, TikTok generation. Is it still as special to play in the FA Cup?
For me, yeah. When I was younger, I always used to watch the FA Cup. They had the long TV programme on where you get to watch the players in the hotels and stuff like that, and I always remember watching that. My dad used to talk about the FA Cup and stuff quite a lot when I was younger, and it's a bit strange when you come into football, especially nowadays. Like, there's not as much like importance set on the FA Cup. You don't hear much about the history of it or anything like that anymore, which I think there should be, but it's definitely a big competition for me. I've never really had a run in the FA Cup that I'd like to, so I really want to kick on this weekend and get a win.
It's usually the way that non-league teams that come in the qualifying rounds are always subconsciously thinking about round one and who they could draw, and I think teams that come in round one, is it natural to think if we can get to round three?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you always look as high up as you can. In checker trade, these are all opportunities to play at Wembley and things like that, so there's different values on people's careers of why they want to get to different places, so but there's loads of reasons to progress in the FA Cup.
There's been some tough times on the pitch recently. A point at Lincoln the other night felt very significant. Is that important going into a cup tie away from home at a team from the division below, to have that bit of confidence?
Yeah, definitely. I listened to Harvey's interview. He said it after the game against Lincoln. It's been tough. We was in on Sunday looking through some points of where we think we're going wrong. And on Tuesday, the effort that the boys put in looked like, we had some fight and character, more character in us. So if we can take that momentum into Saturday, then we should be good.
How important is it that you do repeat that?
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, we've not picked up loads of points in the league. This isn't a league game, but it's just as important. Momentum plays a big part in football. Confidence plays a big part in football. And them two combined together, if we win in the FA Cup, it will take us into the league game. So.
And we're thinking about getting your shirt name changed to utility player. You've played at about 5 different positions. Do you fancy centre-half at any point?
I'll play anywhere. I'll play absolutely anywhere. I feel I'm versatile to play anywhere. But I just enjoy being on the pitch, so I'll try and affect the game wherever I am. And
there's that little bit of flexibility, I guess, in the way the team plays. We've seen a back 4, we've seen a back 3, we've seen wing backs, and it's changed within games. Is that something that everyone's having to learn to do, to be able to do that almost at the click of a finger?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I mean, you learn it throughout your whole career from a young age. I was doing tactics from 9-10 years old, learning formations and things like that. I've always been quite interested in all of the different ways to play and finding spare men and how you beat the presses and things like that. I've always found it quite interesting. So whatever the gaffer puts on us on the pitch, we've got to work it out and score goals and win games from whatever he sets us out to do.
And Crawley are doing things differently in League Two. I think it's fair to say their owners have got a background in the crypto industry. They've got YouTubers training with the club to raise a bit of profile. Do you pay any attention to any of that, or have you just got to go there and try and win the game?
No, I don't pay any attention to it at all. I haven't looked, to be fair. I couldn't even tell you their names, but an interesting one. It obviously, history shows it brings money into the club, so if that's what they're going to do to get money, I have no questions about it, but I pay no interest. So.